The United States Air Force Academy, high on the eastern slope of the Rocky Mountains, overlooking Colorado Springs. One of the finest, most modern officer training facilities in the world, where young men and women of every race, color, and creed may acquire a college education while preparing to become officers in the Air Force.
Come on, hurry up. Over there, full cadre member. Hurry up. Stay in line. Come on. Following everyone else. Hurry up. Come on, come on.
Okay, everybody right behind him.
The academy can be a very intimidating place when you first get here, especially when you get off the bus and they take away everything, including your watch, so you don't know what time it is. You don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know if you're going to fit in. You don't know what to do.
It was scary and actually intimidating, and I kept thinking, you know, am I gonna fit in, or am I gonna be able to make it?
Here, you're judged on how well you perform in the classroom, how well you do on the athletic field, how well you complete your military training. It's not whether you're black or white, or whether you're from the East Coast or the West Coast. It's how well you perform.
The Academy experience begins with BCT, Basic Cadet Training.
BCT can be a lot of fun and a great challenge if you get in shape before you come. But if you aren't in shape before you get here, you're going to wish you were.
The academy is a very competitive environment. You compete on everything from academics to intramural sports to military training. But this is the way it should be. It brings out the best in you. It challenges you to do better.
BCT can be rough. The cadets call it beast. Yet at the same time, it draws the new cadets together, giving them a sense of unity a few of them have experienced before.
Right, T! Oh, work! 1, 2, 3.
You have to find the motivation within yourself to survive here. You can't do it for your mother or because your girlfriend likes the way you look in the uniform. Because if that's the case, you shouldn't even bother coming. To make it at the academy, you have to want to be here. You have to want to be somebody.
Group 10, hut!
My first year here, I grew a lot. Being a cadet is not like being a civilian. But then again, the academy is not like any other civilian university.
Where does your black watch cap belong?
Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes you can't see exactly why you're required to do the things that they make you do. No, sir. But as you stay here, when you become an upperclassman, you see that they were necessary parts of your training.
Yes, sir!
No, sir!
First, when you get here, it's a little bit scary because you leave your family and your friends and you're uncomfortable. It's a new situation and you have to kind of prove yourself. But after a while, you make new friends, and they're really good friends, the friends that'll last a lifetime just because you go through so much with them.
The new cadets, or doolies as they are called, learn what it means and what it takes to be an officer.
When you come to the Air Force Academy, you're becoming part of something very special, something bigger than you are.
Strongest among Academy traditions is its honor code.
First of all, I believe a person must have a strong sense of personal integrity before coming to the United States Air Force Academy. Once at the Academy, that personal integrity will be sharpened to a fine edge.
The honor code states, "Will not lie, steal, or cheat, and tolerate among us anyone who does." What the honor code means to me is that it serves as a check for my conscience. And whenever I am about to do an action, I will bring the honor code into my test for my integrity. Now, when I leave the Air Force Academy, I hope to have integrated the honor code into my way of thinking so that it has become an instinct, and that I will let my conscience be my guide to the integrity of my action.
Even though you have a busy schedule, there are plenty of opportunities for worship. There's Catholic, Protestant, and Jewish chapels, and all-faith worship rooms.
Taking part in religious activities contributes to a cadet's spiritual growth and leadership potential.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato.
And what was Socrates' opinion of the laws?
Well, man, basically he respected the laws.
The concept of growth is also central to the Academy's academic program.
Well, it's very easy to respect the laws when you're not being threatened, but what about after his trial and conviction?
Ma'am, rather than deciding to leave the country with his friends, he elected to stay there and take his punishment.
More than 20 different majors provide cadets with a full range of possibilities.
The Space Shuttle's liquid fuel rockets consist of the main shuttle engines in the aft portion, the orbital maneuvering system engines, and the reaction control system.
I've always wanted to fly since I was a little kid. Ultimately, I want to fly and work in space, and the Academy's helping me to reach these goals by, first of all, the education. We get leading experts and professionals in the field coming to talk to us all the time.
Produce about 6,000 pounds of
The Air Force is going to be in space, and the overall leadership experience that we get will definitely help.
When I first arrived here at the Academy, I thought I knew what I wanted to do as far as academics was concerned. But after seeing everything that the Academy had to offer, I made a completely different choice and major, something that isn't offered at other institutions.
The laser radiation itself comes out this end of the laser, so be careful, and into the target room this way.
Although the Academy has the choices and the spectacular facilities of a prestigious university, it has the personal touch of a small college.
Strike a plasma. We'll measure the impulse at that point, collect the scattered radiation with lenses here, and take it into
Classes are kept small, and each cadet gets the individual attention he or she needs to advance.
Send your file back to the squadron, leave it as is. Otherwise, what you need to do is enter Fact 3.
How did the American Revolution indicate the shape of things to come in the nature of warfare? In other words, what kind of changes came about with the American Revolution?
Sir, the people were fighting for themselves now, and they weren't.
The average classroom has about 15 to 18 cadets in it. That way, the instructor can afford to give personal attention to each cadet without losing someone along the way.
Directly.
So now the men out in the battlefield were comprised of volunteers who made up the militia, and these people had a purpose for why they were fighting.
This being a college, I sort of expected classrooms a little larger, but it works out. It's kind of nice.
Were militiamen really more effective than professional soldiers? And I'd ask you to consider the Battle of Saratoga in upstate New York.
We found the area under the graph of a non-negative function and above the x-axis between x equals a and x equals b.
The good thing about the Academy is if you have difficulty, there's always somebody there to help you out. They'll give you all the help you need, but you have to be willing to put forth the effort. The rest is up to you.
And after doing that, we took the limit as the norm went to 0.
Well, I first came here as a freshman. I was put into calculus, and I'd never had calculus in high school, so it was really struggle for me.
Yeah, it's my belief, though, that you just can't expect to waltz in here in a high school and expect to compete.
I graduated from high school that was rated like top 20 in the nation, and I was getting A's and B's, and I wasn't really studying at all. But then when I came here, in order to get those same grades, I had to really study hard.
I don't think it's that the courses that you take here, but the basic study habits that you learn. You have to learn how to study, how to take tests, and how to manage your time.
I also think it's important that you realize that not every school system is going to offer those courses that you need to be able to compete. Thus, it requires a little effort on your part to go out and acquire those tools.
Today, we're going to take this delta wing model we've installed in the tunnel, and we'll measure lift and drag coefficients over a wide range of angle attack from plus or minus 10 degrees over the speed range from Mach 0.1 to Mach 0.6. Our purpose is to compare these experimental values that we calculate in the tunnel to the values that we get in the theoretical data we've discussed in class.
The Academy is recognized as one of the finest academic colleges in the country. But it is important to remember that first and foremost, it is a military academy.
Go into an on-guard position, and as he stabs, make sure you block, take the hand, flip him over, and take the knife away.
The purpose of the Academy is to develop leaders.
All right, let's everybody go ahead and try this.
If you're going to be a good leader, you must first develop the skill yourself.
Straighten the arms and aim at the target. All right, looks ready? Go ahead and load your weapons.
Once you have mastered the skill, then now you're ready to direct others. And this is what leadership is all about.
And commence fire.
cadets grow to understand that they are no longer just individuals. They are members of a team, a group of men and women, future officers with a common goal, the defense of their country.
Academy spirit is something you've got to see to believe. Everyone here is affiliated with one another in some form or another. And when you see your buddy out there accomplishing an exceptional task, you feel like you've done the exact same thing yourself. Team spirit is what it's all about.
The same spirit that goes into the football team is carried over into everything they do. It's carried over into the intramural program, and it's carried over into squadrons. All 40 squadrons compete to see which squadron will end up on top at the end of the year. It just goes to show you how competitive the everyday cadet life is. When cadets first come to the academy, they can choose what sport they want to compete in. If you're not good at any particular sport, you just find one you like and you get good at it. If you are good at a sport, you get better at it.
The first thing that you learn after coming to the academy is the concept of teamwork. You wouldn't believe how much you have inside you that you never even knew about until someone else is counting on you to pull through.
Physical fitness is obviously a major goal of the sports program. But more than that, the Academy sees athletics as a means of developing confidence, aggressiveness, teamwork, leadership, and the will to win. All essential in an Air Force officer.
Taking the lead in the Olympic 400-meter dash, United States Air Force Academy graduate Alonzo Babers.
It's not the cheering crowds that make the difference. The will to win is the will to work hard, to excel both as an individual and as part of a team. But Academy life is not all work. When work is done, there are leisure time opportunities in the Denver, Colorado Springs area.
Well, I'm going out.
Sorry I'm late. You ready to go? Coming here involves growth and developing new relationships. And in fact, I've met someone really special here, and we've been dating for the past 2 years.
Yeah, but some guys don't want to go out with a female. Something is taboo.
Yeah, some guys will give you a lot of hassle about that, but I think that's becoming more and more acceptable.
For someone like me, a third classman or a fourth classman for that matter, it's more of trying to keep a relationship back home alive. That's more important.
That's true. I know a lot of guys that get letters from their girlfriends back home, and the Dear John letter saying that this relationship's not going to work out because you're so far away.
Dating between cadets is one option, but with Colorado Springs and Denver so close, and the skiing opportunities that Colorado has to offer, there are plenty of opportunities to party.
Academy social life can play an important part in providing useful experience for tomorrow's Air Force officers. But most of the time, things are a little less formal. Dances are just part of it. There are over 60 clubs and a whole range of on-campus activities.
Let's try one more time. Let's tighten up the parts together. Again, B. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fade.
what brought you to the Academy?
Well, I've always wanted to be a fighter pilot, and since the Air Force has the best fighter planes, such as the F-15 and the F-16, I thought the Air Force Academy would be the best place to come.
Okay, that's real good. Go ahead and move in your positions to run over here on stage left. Okay, real fine. Okay, Dean, we need you. Stacy. Okay, what? You don't have your piazza built.
Sure, your time here is very structured, but within that structure, there's a lot of room to pursue your own personal goals and interests, whether they be fencing, scuba, or flying.
As part of the Student Counseling Center. The real purpose of the committee is to provide the minority student with a sense of belonging here at the Academy. We do many things and organize many functions.
Today we have the distinct pleasure of having Brigadier General Raymond V. McMillan as our guest speaker.
Academically, we set up study groups for the underclassmen and the upperclassmen. We also provide a forum for the underclassmen and upperclassmen where we can find out the things that are bugging them within the system and try to work those bugs out of the system.
Base, Colorado. I present to you Brigadier General Raymond V. McMillan.
Thank you, Cadet Branch. As you indicated, I have had a long, interesting, and rewarding career. The Air Force is a good place for minorities because you can progress based on your capabilities and not on the color of your skin. Minorities now comprise about 22% of the Air Force. But there's a problem in the way minorities are distributed within the Air Force. Minorities comprise about 25% of the enlisted force and only 9% of the officers' force. The enlisted need to be able to look to their officer corps and see that it is representative of the same type of distribution they have in enlisted force. And the Academy can play an important role in balancing that distribution because the future leaders and the officers in the Air Force come from the Academy. Now, the standards are high in the Academy, and it's tough to get through. But if you work hard and you have the right things, you can get through, and it can be the gateway to a rewarding and profitable career.
But as important as everything else, there's also time to just relax with friends.
Outside, man. She good. Come on.
We're going to Hawaii, man. This is like Hawaii, Malibu, Daytona Beach, all put together.
It's nothing but the soccer quad, man. Who said this is a party school?
And then there's flying.
If you like flying or have even thought about it, then this is the place.
I was really proud and thrilled that first solo because I overcame fear and uncertainty. I took up a glider and brought it back down in one piece. The payoff was the pride and excitement I experienced, since I did something I always wanted to do. When you land, you look out and everybody's running out to you. They all get there and they start congratulating you and patting you on the back. It's really a meaningful experience. It's something you always wanted to do, and you finally got to do it. And you'll just never forget the first time you soloed.
Time to go for a little swim now.
What do you mean?
Let's go swim.
And then you get that traditional solo ceremony.
Okay, stretch them out.
Hey, good stuff, man. 1, 2, 3.
You can be looking at things that are wrong with the airplane to make note of them before you ever...
The educational process continues year-round at the Academy. During the summer, those who qualify can take light plane training and more.
Hey, Nicole, we're going to talk about the engine instruments for a few minutes here. You want to always verify that the fuel flow is in a normal operating range.
Experience here comes in the form of challenge. Each challenge teaching you something about leadership and about yourself.
Nobody has to do this. It's a voluntary program. But once you go through that door, in spite of how scared you are, you feel you can do anything.
This is good stuff. Every summer you're going to be involved in a program where you're learning something about yourself. You're doing, you're going, and you're pressing. Some of the things you may find yourself doing, parachuting out of aircraft, the summer survival program.
Including such things as coordinating radio frequencies.
You may find yourself touring all over Europe and the United States and anywhere else where we have Air Force bases, meeting people and learning what the Air Force is all about.
Including accepting those flight plans and transmitting the material thereon.
Or you might find yourself climbing into the cockpit of a T-38. Or you might find yourself back at basic cadet training, this time commanding the new cadets, starting down that long but rewarding road toward their degrees and their commissions.
The academy experience has been a very demanding but rewarding experience. It required a lot of discipline, while at the same time a high level of motivation. And in return, it presented me with many opportunities. Looking back, my academy experience certainly has been well worth it for me.
The strict military environment, coupled with the academic pressure, forms a crucible. Within that crucible, you learn to work very hard under pressure. And in turn, that pressure brings out the best leadership qualities within yourself. Everyone here is shooting for the same goal. Everyone wants to be one of the leaders of the Air Force. Well, Academy graduates are the leaders of today's and tomorrow's Air Force. And the Academy experience allows you to develop within yourself the ability to attain that goal.
Mutual respect based on a commitment to excellence. That's what the United States Air Force Academy is all about.
Nestled in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, the United States Air Force Academy prepares tomorrow's leaders to help